Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 126th Port Huron High School commencement. A special welcome to all parents, families, and alumni. The past several weeks, the senior activities have included the prom, senior assembly, baccalaureate, senior luncheon, tonight commencement, and following this program, the first class reunion project graduation for the class of '94. All of us would like to thank and congratulate the class for their contributions to their school and to their community. This class, the class of '94, will be remembered by all of us at Big Red Country for, first of all, its academic record. This class received in senior assembly at this time over $600,000 in scholarships. 75 to 80% of this class will be attending 4 or 2-year college and institutions, the military academies, or further education. We also have, for the very first time, 19 scholar diplomas in this class who have a recipient on the special endorsement on their diploma. And of course, we have 5 valedictorians, which we're all proud of. But there were a few times this year that I have to say that I think I gained a few more gray hairs than some of the parents did, because we had a few things in this class which kind of shook us up. But in the long run, we have to say that this class pulled together at the end. They had a great ending in their school career and are off to a great start in their futures, and we're all proud of them. There's a few people that you'd like to thank, and there's many parents we'd like to thank personally tonight, but it's impossible to do that. But I would personally like to say thank you to the guys I work the closest with each day, and that's Tom Miller, Ken Semmelsberger, and Ron Willeen. Thank you, guys. You're the greatest. This class is indebted to the 2 class sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Bedreva. I would like to thank my executive secretary, Mrs. McBrien, and the entire secretarial staff. And of course, I have to mention Mr. Dan Bauer, the custodian, and the custodial staff, all of the staff at Port Huron High School, the teachers and the support staff, and of course, the parents who made this night all possible. Thank you, all of you. Following tonight, I mentioned that this class will be holding its first class reunion. We call that project graduation. Tonight at 10:30 at the YMCA, we're hoping that the entire class, all 319 members, will participate and be present. This is an event that we don't want any senior to miss, because there will be over $6,000 in gifts and prizes, which will be given to the seniors who will be staying the entire night. This safe and supervised evening is made possible because of the commitment of our community, our local businesses, and our parent involvement. This project graduation is run by our parents, all of our parents, grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. We salute the supporters for their concern for the safety of our students, to help provide not only a fun evening, but to provide an environment which is safe and secure for our students tonight. I could not go by without thanking 3 very special people who are the co-chairpersons of tonight's event for the seniors. Mrs. Sandy Bonito, Mr. Eugene Bauman, and Mr. Jerry Ward. Thank you, Sandy, Gene, and Jerry. We could not do this without you. And of course, we'd like to thank the 12 disciples, those committee chair people who worked with them. At this time, I would like to ask Senior Melissa M. Moore to give the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we'd just like to say thank you today. Thank you for all those that are here. We'd just like to say thank you for those who wish to be here but could not. We also like to say thank you for our parents, which without them, we would not be sitting here today. We also like to say thank you for all the students. With determination and perseverance, they have come thus far. We'd also like to say thank you for the staff and administration for all their help. And dear Lord, we just ask that you bless this event, that it would be memorable and joyous. We also like you to bless our pathways. Even though they may be different, we just want to ask you to just lead us in the way that you would like us to go. All these things we ask in the name of our Savior. Amen.
Will the audience please stand for the singing of the national anthem, which will be performed by Tawana Frazier, Roman Holston, and Kathy Waters.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Tawana, Roman, Catherine, and Melissa. Will the class of 1994 please be seated? This time, I would like to introduce to everyone someone that needs no introduction. I'm sure you are familiar with our superintendent, Mr. Larry J. Muller, Sr., the superintendent of the Port Huron Area School District, who will introduce tonight's speakers. Mr. Muller.
Thank you, Dr. Crosby. Before I introduce our speakers, I'd like to take just a couple of moments and on behalf of the Board of Education and myself, extend our congratulations, best wishes, and Godspeed to each of you in all of your future endeavors. I'd like to say to the parents, well done. There are 5 senior class valedictorians in 1994. Each have received all A's over their 4-year high school career for a perfect academic record and grade point average of 4.0. The first is Diane Marie Amig, valedictorian. Diane has been involved in numerous school activities such as the National Honor Society for 2 years, Mu Alpha Theta 2 years math club, the band, honors band, Big Red Marching Machine, district solo and ensemble competition, in addition to being the Spanish club president, member of the Quiz Bowl, and a member of the Prayer Club. Diane has also received many special honors and awards, such as Student of the Month, listed in Who's Who Among American High School Students, Missionette Honor Star recipient, Silver Award recipient, Gold Award recipient, recipient of the U.S. Army Youth Certificate, State of Michigan Special Tribute Certificate. Her future plans are to attend the University of Evansville, Indiana, earn a master's degree in physical therapy, and she hopes to specialize in pediatrics. Michael Kelly Fontaine, valedictorian. Michael has been involved in such school activities as the Spanish Club, the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta Math Club, the Quiz Bowl. Michael has also received honors and awards such as Varsity Letter in Academics, 2-year Varsity Letters in Quiz Bowl. His plans are to attend Michigan Technology University and study metallurgical engineering. Tammy Sue Marquardt, valedictorian. Tammy has been involved in many school activities as well, which includes President of the Student Council, President of the National Honor Society, President of the Distributive Education Clubs of America, Captain of the cross-country team, Student Council historian, and she's also found time to run track for 2 years. She has won special awards and honors as well, academic award recipient, junior varsity letter winner in track and cross country, national finalist in the Distributive Education Club of America, 11th grade, and student of the month. Her plans are to attend the St. Clair County Community College, earn a degree in business, and transfer to Walsh College to earn a degree in accounting. Erin Catherine Nunnold, valedictorian. Erin also has been involved in many activities. She's played the flute in the band for 7 years. She's a member of the East Shore Concert Band for 2 years. She's been the drum major for Port Huron High School Band. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She's a member of Mu Alpha Theta Math Club. She also has received numerous special honors and awards, which would include received first division ratings at the District Solo and Ensemble Festival, received first division at the States in her junior and senior year, was named Sophomore Musician of the Year. She was named to the Michigan School Band Officials Association District 16 Honor Band. She was also chosen as the recipient of Channel 7 Brightest and Best Award. She's also received the John Philip Sousa Award for 1994. Her plans are to attend Western Michigan University. Carrie Lee Simpson, valedictorian. Carrie has been involved in many activities, including varsity tennis, varsity track, drama club, student council, Spanish club, her youth group, Mu Alpha Theta Math Club, National Honor Society, Varsity Club, and she was a member of the Port Huron High School School Improvement Committee. Her special honors and awards would include the Macomb Area Conference All-Academic Team for 4 years, Student of the Month, Director of the School Play for 3 years. She won the Veteran of Foreign War Speech Contest 3 years in a row. She is listed in Who's Who in American High School Students. She has won 8 varsity letters. She is a Tomorrow's Leader, and she also will be receiving the Academic Scholars Diploma. Carrie's plans are to attend Calvin College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she plans to study in the area of biopremedics. I would like to introduce at this time the salutatorian of the class of 1994, Tammy Jo Klettner. Excuse me, Tanya Jo Klettner. I'm sorry, Tanya. Tanya has participated in many school activities, including the National Honor Society, Student Council, Mu Alpha Theta Math Club, Varsity Track, Science Fair, Students Against Drunk Driving, First for Biology, Young Educators Society, German Club, Varsity Club, Junior Varsity Basketball. Her honors and awards would include Macomb Area Conference All-Academic Team Award in basketball, State Assessment Award. She's a member of the Homecoming Court. She was awarded from the she received the award from the Daughters of the American Revolution, Sportsmanship Award for basketball, Scholar Athlete of the Month, in addition to Academic Student of the Month. Her plans are to attend the St. Clair County Community College, earn a degree in accounting, and transfer to Walsh College. The brightest of the bright. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Tanya, who will explain the valedictorians, how they selected their presentation for tonight. Tanya?
As the salutatorian, I am honored to present this year's valedictorians. Because there are 5 of them, they were not exactly sure how to approach their speeches. They didn't want to present similar speeches or bore you with too many memories of their past or have everyone start crying. Instead, each wanted to present a speech that was a little less personal but would still send a message to us all. When they all got together and discussed how they would do this, they thought about using our class song, Hero, as the theme. It was a good idea until they realized not everyone wanted Hero as our class song. They wanted something that everyone would like, so they decided to use all the songs that were nominated instead. They felt each song had its own potential for a meaningful speech. So this year's themes for the valedictorians are Yesterday by Tammy Marquardt, Friends by Carrie Simpson, Today by Mike Fontaine, Imagine by Aaron Nunnell, and Hero presented by Diane Amy. Thank you.
Class of 1994, faculty, family, and distinguished guests. Tonight is the last time we, the class of 1994, will assemble together as the mighty seniors. There will probably never be another time when we will all be together. And after tonight, all we will have are our memories. Which leads me into my speech about yesterday. And now we have all come from different backgrounds, but tonight we will graduate as one. So I would like to take you all back into memory lane, where all our troubles seem so far away. Doesn't it seem like only yesterday we started our 13 years of school by entering the world of kindergarten, where our only fears were being able to color in the lines and paste without getting all sticky. As our elementary years went by, we started building friendships, losing teeth, and growing taller. By the time we reached 5th grade, we felt like we owned the school. A personal tragedy we will all remember was a Challenger explosion, which touched all of our hearts and led to the closing of this chapter. Our next chapter in our lives began for many at either Central or Chippewa. We started playing sports and competing with others. By the time we reached 8th grade graduation, we were filled with mixed emotions. Happiness because we were now going to be high schoolers, fear, not knowing what to expect, and sorrow because we were growing up. It was only yesterday that we all were sitting on the floor of the gym at Port Huron High School. On one side was Central, on the other was Chippewa, with a few from other schools. It was at this moment we became known as the class of 1994. As our 9th grade year came around, many of us were scared about getting lost, not knowing anyone, and of Freshman Kill Day. But as the days went by, we relaxed and became proud of who we were. We looked forward to driver's training, homecoming, in which our float 4th of July took third, pep assemblies, and the opening of Birchwood Mall. We also will always remember our 9th grade by the ordeal in Kuwait named Desert Storm. The end styles consisted of IOUs and the rolling up of our pants tight to our ankles. As 10th grade rolled around, some of our class members made it to the varsity level of sports. Our float operation tied for first. We also had fun taking the MEP test and looking for jobs. The end styles consisted of bum shirts, and used jeans. Our 11th grade year flew by, with the majority of our classmates now being on the varsity level. Our football team won a big 3 games, and our float, Rub-a-Dub-Dub, took a 2nd place. Our favorite songs consisted of I Will Always Love You and The Rump Shaker. Towards the end of the year, many of us took our PSATs. Our last year is probably the most memorable, because we had finally made it to the top. The only things that now stood in our way were POD and the possible closing of our newly renovated school, until the millage passed. Our class photo, taken aboard the Huron ship with the doors left open, turned out to be a success, pumping us seniors up for our year. Our homecoming float, Holland, took a 1st place finish, despite our football team having yet another tough year, finishing with 2 wins. But to make up for it, many other teams did quite well. And wasn't it just yesterday, all of us seniors who had stuck it out were being placed in our seats at marching practice, where we learned our right from our left. As you can see, the time has went by fast. Over these 13 years, many changes and struggles have made us what we are today. And even though we will never be able to return back into our past, we will always have the memories. Some of them good, some of them bad, but all of them in the past. We must believe in yesterday because it will provide us with the knowledge and experience we are going to need once we leave this auditorium tonight. If we can survive 13 years of school, we can accomplish any goal we set. Let us not dwell on the past, but use it as a source of motivation. And even though some of us will lose touch, we will always be the class of 1994 from Port Huron High School. Thank you.
Administrators, teachers, family, and friends, again, on behalf of the graduating class of 1994, I would like to thank you for your support on this very special night. Your presence is much appreciated. This message, though, that I have tonight is one I send especially to the seniors. It is a message of a battle we fought through together and won. It is a message of friends. Friendship. When I think of this beautiful 2-syllable word, countless memories flash through my mind. I see things like sporting events, student council dances, backstage jitters before the school play. I see endless study groups, late night ones, as well as springtime ones spent in the pool. I see football games where everyone screams the fight song for our team, and in our school senior trip when everyone fought to stay awake so we wouldn't miss 1 minute. In fact, so many visions passed through my mind that I could not possibly see each of them clearly. It simply turned into a magnificent collage of all the days that I've spent with you. It was in this vision that I came to a very important realization. Friends are everywhere. They are our teammates, our classmates, our neighbors, and our families. They are the people we share our hopes and dreams with, as well as those we just like to have fun with. But no matter how close the friendship grows or how long the friendship lasts, each one of them gives us a special gift, a gift of strength and encouragement. Through words of motivation, warm pats on the back, and the endless fun and laughter, friendships have been the building blocks for the people we are today. They turn scared little kindergarten children into confident high school adults in only 13 short years. Now, as I look out into all of your faces, I see many smiles as you remember all of the unforgettable moments you spent with your friends. But I also see tears of sadness as some of you realize that after tonight, you and your best friends are meant for inevitable separation. For those of you who feel this sadness, and those of you who feel that you fear this very graduation, I have a few words for you. Friendship is a priceless gift from God. Its value is far greater than anything else we know, for it cannot be bought or sold. It can only be received by or given to an elite few. Therefore, those of us chosen to receive it are the luckiest people in the world. So as we march out tonight, away from high school and into adulthood, let us not look back with tears of sadness and fear. Instead, let us walk forward with the strength our friends have given us and the pride in knowing that we have been able to experience the most wonderful gift known to man, friendship.
Well, today is here. We have finally made it. We have worked toward this goal our entire lives, and now it is here. I am sure that there are millions of memories racing through your heads. Some of us may be thinking of good times or fond memories of friends. Some of us may be wondering what lies ahead and what the future will bring. With all of these in mind, can you tell me what the most important time in your life is? Some people may know exactly what it is immediately, while others are not so sure. But the answer should be as clear as day for everybody, and it should be the same for us all. The answer should be today. I'm not referring to today as in commencement and graduation. I am talking about today as opposed to the past or future. Today is and always will be the very instant that we are living at any given time. You may be asking, well, why is today so important? What is so special about the present time frame that I should be most concerned with it? The reasoning is quite simple. Today should always be the most important part of your life because it is the only time that we actually have any control over. It is the only time that we can actually affect what is happening. Sure, the past was great. However, just as its name implies, its time has passed. No matter how great or small yesterday may have been, it is now part of the irregainable past. The heyday and carefree life of yesteryear will never be enjoyed again. The days of the past will only exist in our minds. We will never be able to take hold of them or do anything with them ever again. So why spend your time worrying about them? Concentrate your efforts on making today as successful as possible. In the same way that the past is so far away, the future is just as distant. You see, the future is an abstract idea that will never be reached. We all have hopes and dreams for tomorrow, and they may someday become reality. But tomorrow is only the label of a time frame that moves along the timeline with us, never getting any closer. The physical tomorrow, as we see it, is the next set of 24 hours. But let me ask you, what happens to that tomorrow when it finally arrives? It simply becomes another member of the endless todays that will always be there. The idea of tomorrow as a part of time will always be there too. It exists through our hopes and dreams and through the constant planning we make for the future. But we need not worry about an abstract idea that will never be physically tangible. Tomorrow will never be a reality, so we should not allow it to consume our lives. Now, I do not want you to think that both the past and the future are not important. Our today is a result of what happened in the past. Every event in our past, no matter how insignificant it may have seemed, has some effect on the occurrences of today. Those effects may be positive or negative. Either way, they are a constant reminder of the time we once spent. Also, how we spend our lives tomorrow will depend on how much thought and planning we give our future today. Our future todays require us to live the present with care and foresight. We cannot afford to simply ignore any part of our lives. But we should still be most concerned with our current condition. Today is sandwiched between two unreachable parts of our lives, the past and the future. Neither of these two can ever be grasped, so you'd better take hold of the part of your life that you can. Don't let any of your todays slip away, or you will regret it when the next one comes, because every moment that goes by becomes another part of the distant past. Spend your todays wisely so that today can always be a pleasant place.
The word imagine brings so many thoughts to mind. Hopes, dreams, wishes, the future. There are so many ways to approach this topic. However, I found the best way was to incorporate all these ideas, was not to discuss future plans, but to have already lived them. I want to imagine what we could make the world. The year is 2044, and it's our 50th class reunion. Today, when I flew in, I realized how much has changed since we graduated. From finding cures for diseases to space exploration, so much has been accomplished. The first and most obvious being the aero car. A cross between something out of the Jetsons and an airplane, it can fly anywhere in the world on one tank of gas. It has revolutionized travel and brought the world together. Another major feat was the building of Atlantis off the coast of Hawaii. Over 5,000 people are now fully supported by the submerged structure. Dozens of new fish and plants have been discovered in the ocean's depths. The deterioration of the rainforests, once thought to be imminent, has ended and regeneration has begun. The plant life found has contributed to the cures for many diseases. Possibly the most important advancement of the last 50 years was the building of the 4 moon colonies. Houses, research building, greenhouses, and even a hotel can now be found on the moon. Weekly shuttles can be taken to the orbiting mass for a lunar vacation. Of course, if you can't get there, virtual reality is a very close simulation. From walking with the dinosaurs to flying to a distant star, travel to anywhere in the world is possible through this wonderful technological advancement. Health increasingly came to the forefront as a national issue during those years. Since the annihilation of the AIDS virus, there are few diseases that science can't cure. We are now living in the healthiest society ever. But we aren't just here to discuss what has happened to the world, but what has happened to each of us. After high school, we each went in our own direction. We chose college, work, marriage, the service, or to just bum off our parents for another year. Gradually, we entered the workforce and left our mark upon society, some more visibly than others. Our class has had a lot of luck in the medical field. As we already know, Dr. Laura Rinn was instrumental in finding the cure for cancer, and Dr. Ryan Romales successfully ended the AIDS epidemic. The famous journalist, Amy Klass, most recently did a documentary about big men, little Speedos. And how many of us haven't heard of Jeff McCoy's famous golfing feat? Never before has a golfer at the Masters knocked himself out with his own drive. Of course, we are all proud of Carrie Landschutz's stint on Saturday Night Live in the 2010s, and Tammy McNair is now up for the nomination for the Supreme Court. But not all of us are known by millions. However, each person has touched lives in their own way. As our class motto went, we have left our trail. We have done things that we never even imagined were possible. Our successes and failures have shaped us into the people we are today. Each and every one of us tried to follow our hearts through all of life's twists and turns. We worked to make our world and community better for those around us, whether or not we realized it. We've come so far and achieved so much. But now, back to reality. Here we sit, ready to graduate, all those things ahead of us. It can be a long and scary road, but if we follow our hearts and work hard, we can make the world into everything we imagine it can be.
Hello. Okay. Close your eyes for just a minute and think about what comes to mind when I say the word hero. Most of us probably pictured Superman standing on top of the earth with his cape waving in the wind and his shiny blue tights clinging to his muscle-bound body, right? It's kind of sad that we think of someone who doesn't even exist and award him with the title of hero. But what about common, ordinary people with less than super abilities? Could they ever compare with this admired fictional character in the mind of our society? it makes me wonder what exactly is a hero. A hero doesn't have to be one who pulls people from a perilous inferno or saves an innocent child from an oncoming train. To me, a hero is anyone who puts the welfare and feelings of others before their own. Society tells us today that the most important person is me. Everyone is looking out for number one and trying to reach the top with little or no concern for those they step on to get there. It's rare to find an individual who is confident enough to step aside and let others be in the spotlight. Most of the time, such people aren't recognized for their kindness with a fanfare of praise or a certificate of appreciation, but rather they are satisfied by congratulating themselves and savoring the opportunity of making someone else smile. These people who reach beyond themselves are the unsung heroes that help to balance our selfish society. As the future begins to unfold, I'd like to challenge every graduate here tonight to be a hero, that each one would seize the opportunity to make a lasting positive impression on the lives they're going to encounter. Take a moment and look around you at all the familiar faces of friends and family. Some of these people may have been your hero at some time in your life. Although this may be the last time you see some of them, the echo of their encouraging words, laughter, and pleasant memories will continue to live on in your heart and mind. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank all the heroes that have touched our lives and made this night a reality. Thank you, and God bless you.
All of us would like to thank Diane, Michael, Tammy, Aaron, Carrie, and Tanya, not only for those creative, but very good and thoughtful sentences and words that they have put together in a very creative way. What brains and what talent. We're very proud of them. Thank you for everything that you've done. At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class song, Hero, which will be performed by Deborah Carson and accompanied by Carrie Simpson and Jeff McCoy.
That a hero search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow, 'cause in time you'll find the way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you, that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Thank you very much, Debbie, Carrie, and Jeff. What a talent. Over the past 4 years at Port Huron High School, as this class started and has progressed through the grades, there's been 2 individuals who've guided this class through the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. These 2 people have been there through the rough times and the good times. They've helped this group and the officers of the class plan and organize homecoming activities, the floats. Their junior year, they had the junior fantasy. And of course, this year they won the senior spring spectacular for the very first time. As you heard tonight, the class of 1994, under their direction, won 2 floats during homecoming, had 1 contested second and a third, which is fantastic. The floats were always excellent. Many of the class participated through the direction and leadership of the class sponsors. During spring break this year, the class went to the Bahamas on the Big Red boat. And these 2 class sponsors were a part of that, organizing that for the class. We owe a great deal, and at this time I'd like to ask the class and the members of the audience to join with me to thank the class sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Bedriva, Jim and Lynn. Would you please stand? Let's give them a big round of applause. Behind every great school district are outstanding school board members, and in the Port Huron Area School District, we have 7 of those individuals who work behind the scenes, who work for our students and for our district. There is no compensation to be a board member. There's no pay. There's a lot of hard work and long nights and a lot of meetings and a lot of agonizing decisions. We are indebted because of the fact that we have such good, outstanding people, but we also thank them for being a part of tonight's program. With us tonight are two members of the Board of Education. First of all, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Carol Cooley. Mrs. Cooley is a trustee of the Board of Education, and her son James is graduating tonight. Mrs. Cooley, please stand. And Mr. James Sharon, who's trustee of the Board of Education. Mr. Sharon. Thank you, board members, for participating in this program tonight and for handing out the diplomas.